Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Monster Hunter. I'm HazzD. Last time we went outside the after game, it's been such a long time since I've had to say that because of life problems getting in the way of me recording, editing and uploading these, unfortunately. But today we're going to carry on and continue off where we left off, if that makes sense to you. To start with, we're going to talk to this guy right here. Big news! It's incredible! That man under the tree to the north is a legendary gunner himself! This is news to no one! I'm not surprised now, and I wasn't surprised 2 months ago when I found out for myself. I can't believe it! My hero, living right here in this village all along! What in the world am I going to say to him the next time I see him? Man, I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. So yeah, this guy's still fanboying over that guy to the north who doesn't actually have a real name, he's just the legendary gunner. But what I'm going to do next is come over here to the armor smith because I want to upgrade my armor. This Iopre armor has had a good run. I've had it for a while now. It's got me through a lot of tough fights, but it's not quite good enough for the fights that are coming up. The Kazu that we just fought, it's quite powerful if you get hit by a lot of its attacks, and this armor, when I was doing it off screen, completely got destroyed. So I need to upgrade my armor now before we go into the harder ones, and that's why I'm making the Kazu helm and the rest of the armor. It's got 60 defense overall, -5 fire resistance and -5 water resistance, so that's alright but not great. So let's just put it in our box for now. The ability that Kazu armor gives you is speedy damage recovery, which basically the red health that you get when you get hit by something, that recovers a little bit faster, which is, it's nice, so it's at least doing something in every fight you go into, so it's kind of better than just say immunity to one of the lesser abilities like say sleep or something, which is only in one fight, which we still haven't seen yet, so that ability is still not useful. But so it's at least a little bit better than that, but it's still not quite good enough. Well, it's not quite as good as say immunity to poison, which is a fantastic ability to have. Unfortunately, this is just going to have to do. It's not a bad ability, I say it like it's a bad ability, but never mind, let's put this on, and you might notice that I start to recognise a certain other gaming icon, another gaming character that you probably might notice. It's a character from the company known as Ubisoft. You've definitely heard of them, and from me saying that, you probably can guess what character I'm going to end up looking like and how I'm going to look like a badass once I've got it all on. It's just this takes a little while, so here we go, nearly done, and moment of truth once it's loaded. If I get rid of this screen and turn around, I look like an assassin from Assassin's Creed. So that's quite cool. I don't know if one copied the other or if they're both inspired by the same thing. I don't know. I look cool nevertheless. So now that I've got that on, can I look at my stats? I'm going to have to go in this menu. Here we go. This is my stats, my final stats. Health of 100, stamina of 100, attack of 414, defense of 64, fire resistance of -5, which is the only one that really matters after this point. Water resistance of -5, thunder resistance of 0, and dragon resistance of 0, which is still not important. Fantastic! Never mind, and also I have the ability to, well, I have the ability speedy recovery damage like I said, so that's quite good. I like how I'm looking now, and I'm feeling I'm quite prepared for the final battle. What I'm going to do now is grab a few more items from here because I have to make another piece of armor, another single piece of armor to unlock the next quest. As I said in the for the last quest, you have to make a certain piece of armor for the first 3. After game quests, you have to make a single piece of armor from a certain, oh that's the wrong one, certain group of armor. If I stop stumbling over my words, I'm going to make a Monoblos helm, because that helm is going to give me the ability to access the quest by going here, Runaway Diablos. So, as you can probably guess, this is a relative of the Monoblos. This is the bigger, badder, more powerful version of it. It's in the desert. You get 3,200 Zen if you complete it. 800 contract. It's to slay the Diablos. The requester is the border captain. A giant wyvern smashed the border wall and ran into this area. We need to find it and kill it before it causes any more trouble. So yeah, this thing is a big, badass creature, and we're going to have to go hunt it down. A good way to come back to this. And once again, I am sorry about that, me being away for so long and not really recording or uploading anything. If you were actually waiting for these episodes, I'm sorry about that. And I know I did leave off like right in the middle of a quest, which I didn't realise when I went away for holiday. I just couldn't quite finish that episode properly, and I just had to upload it in the form I had it. I'm sorry about that, that's just the way it went. So, now that we're here, And I'm done talking about that. I'll go over it in more detail later on why exactly I couldn't quite be there for the whole, well, record any of that time during that massive 2-month period. I'll explain a bit more on what's going to happen to this channel next, but for now, let's just grab stuff from this chest. And I have no inventory space left. Great! So what I'm going to do is down these rations. Here we go, down the rations. And then I think I'll take these. I'll take these because why not? I'll leave that there because, well, I don't need it quite now. And I've also got speedy recovery on this armor already, so I don't quite need it. So what we're going to do now is pretty much do the exact same thing we did at the start of the Monoblos quest. We're going to clear out these areas once again because they're exactly the same. This quest is very similar to the Horn of the Monoblos quest, but this one's got the Diablos in it instead. So this is going to be quite good. It's just a tougher version of that, so it makes for a good after-game quest. So let's take these Apsaurus, I still can't pronounce it. 3 months into recording this and I still cannot pronounce the monsters' names. I know this has been a problem and I know I can't fix it because I simply just don't know how to pronounce things because they've all got ridiculous names. That's one thing about this game, they've all got stupid, ridiculous names that no one can pronounce. Well, maybe not stupid, just ridiculous to pronounce names. So in this area we've got Gemprey, so I'm going to completely miss that guy and then take him out. Dodge, not quite enough. I did dodge some of the damage maybe, but I'm not quite sure. Ah! Okay, as you can tell I'm a little rusty from not playing this game for a little while, so let's just finish you off and you off and finish clearing out this area. So the Gemprey won't respawn in here once you kill all 5 of them. Then if you head back to area 1 there is a high chance that the Diablos will be in there when you get in here, so be careful. Okay, it's not quite here yet, but normally it will appear in this area after maybe 2 or 3 minutes if you wait in this area and just, well, doing it this way is probably the quickest way to clear it out because, oh, there it is. Oh dear. Block it. Okay, there was no roar, that was a little weird. But yeah, after about 2 minutes it will appear in here, so if you want to wait in here and then leave the area and come back, you can probably clear out maybe 2 of them, I'm not quite sure. So what I'm going to do is paintball that right now, and then I'll go over its bio. So it's a 2-horned wyvern found in the desert zone. They're capable of burrowing into the sand and to attack prey from below. It's been confirmed that they have a subspecies called Monoblos, so this is actually the main species, and the subspecies is the Monoblos. It's weak to lightning, so if you have lightning, for example from the Kazoo quest, you can get lightning-based weapons from that. So what I'm going to do is just take down these guys now and try to not die, just try to get rid of them. Because I can go back to the base camp and heal up to full, even though I'm not that damaged. So what I'm going to do is come around here and poke at you, and ooh, just got out of the way of that, that's quite nice. Okay, they're done. So let's not take damage from that, and I somehow managed to dodge that through the art of magic. Can I block this? Yes I can. Thank you, Vestboy, for getting me out of that block quicker. So what we're going to do now is head past it and go into area 4 to clear that out, and then up to 10 because both of those areas can be cleared out. There's only Gemprey in these. Area 4 can be cleared out right away. You don't have to leave the area and come back. If you just you can dodge me. If you just come in here, you can get rid of him. How did he dodge? How did he hit me from there? No one will ever know. Hitboxes, a little funny in this game. Oh well. So let's take him down. So yeah, going over the Diablos a little more, it's very, very similar to the Monoblos in the sense that it's nearly a copy and paste, just a more powerful version. It's just got a different sort of appearance. That's pretty much the only difference other than its power. So it's not just a rehash or a recolor. It is a different monster. It's just very similar. Kind of like how the Gemprey and Velociprey are. They're quite similar. It's just that one's more powerful than the other or has some ability that the others don't. Something you want to note is this thing is incredibly fast. The Monoblos was fast, and as you saw, it destroyed me at one point. My sound has disappeared. Even though I'm 2 months later, the sound still vanishes 11 minutes into my blooming recording. I have no idea why that happens, it just happens. Never mind, what I was saying is that the Diablos is a lot faster than the Monoblos, so this thing, if you get caught between it and a wall, say, and it just wails away on you, it will wreck you. So be incredibly careful where it is and also what else is in the area, because if, say, a Vestboy hits you and prevents you from rolling out of the way fully, it can lead to disastrous effects. Say you lose over half of your health, and then you're like stunned for a moment, so it can be quite problematic. What I'm going to do is just exit the area quickly and come back so that all of the gem prey resets so that I can kill the second batch, because there's 2 waves of them. So let's head back in here. Something to note is that the Diablos can go to areas 7 and 2. Those can't be cleared out as normal, so don't even bother trying. So what I'm going to do is finish them off here and head over to start my fight with the Diablos. Okay, victory over you and you. There we go. So now that we've cleared out those gem prey, we're going to head to area 1, obviously, because that's where Diablos is right now. Just going over some basics, you can't use pitfall traps on this guy, so don't even bother trying. Well, you can, but it's very ineffective because instead of running places, it'll burrow underground. I think it just runs over traps, I'm not quite sure, but I'm just say don't bother with them, it's not worth it. Flash bombs do work though, which is one of the 2 ways to easily get it at its tail. The other way being when it rams into a wall, so what I'm going to do is run over to this wall here and hope that it comes over. I don't think it's noticed me yet. Oh, it's going to notice me now, hopefully. Here it comes. So if I stand right at the back here, and if I can get my camera at an angle that's useful. Okay, here it comes. So there we go, it's rammed into the wall. So what you want to do instead of going for its head is to go for its tail. If I can get at the tail, get at the tail. Great, okay, perfect. I completely missed that. It also has the hip check ability, which of course has weird and funny hitboxes sometimes, so you're going to want to be careful about that. Let's get out of the way of this attack. Something to note is that you probably want to bring sonic bombs with you for this quest, and probably the items to combine to make them. So let's just go for the tail while I can, and I'm going to block again because the air pressure. Get back a bit and block again. Okay, it's disappeared before. You can go in there and get it to ram into the wall. There is 2 places I found out while just in that 2-month gap. I found out that you can get it to ram into that wall and that wall over there. So it can get stuck in both of them, so that's quite nice. Something else to note on that is that once they're stuck in the wall, if you break off its horns, it won't get stuck in the wall anymore, which is why I don't go for the horns. I'll try and get it stuck in the wall, go for the tail, while I can still do that, because as I found out in the Monoblos quest, it is a pain to try and break off its tail while its horns are broken off and it won't get stuck in the wall. So what I'm going to do is draw it this way. Hopefully, here it comes. Okay, I don't want to be standing there. Get out of the way! Oh, jeez, that was close. Okay, so I'm going to run over here and hope it follows me. Here it comes. It's going to charge me. Okay, it's going to burrow underground. Not quite what I wanted, but oh well. Let's get out of the way of that. Tail. Get some shots in on the tail, then back up a bit because this thing is going to charge me. Here we go. Now it's going to shoulder barge me. I can never tell what it's going to do from its movement. In the later games, you can tell what they're going to do from how they move and stuff, so that's quite cool that they do that. Unfortunately, it's not quite as obvious in this game. I have no chance of dodging that, so just try and go for the tail while I can. Oh, okay, instantly charge me. That's something this thing will sometimes do. It's kind of weird. But oh well, let's just go for the face while I'm here. Okay, I do not want to be hit by this, otherwise it will kill me. So let's, okay, I got hit by something slightly, which is unfortunate, just how it went. Okay, I do not want to be caught underneath it. So what I'm going to do is get out of the way of this attack and then heal up. Okay, so it's going to pop up over there. Right, so I'll use a Mega Potion, just use it because I really don't want to die. I've died enough on these quests, in particular the Monoblos one, so got that. Bam, okay, right. I'm hoping it's going to go to either 10 or 11 so that I can obviously go for the tail and then for the horns. So I don't have to directly attack it in the face. And camera angle, why are you screwing me over? Okay, managed to dodge that. Just about. Okay, let's go for the head while I'm here, or just completely miss in general. Okay, right. If I stand here, no, it's going to just burrow on the ground. I really don't want it to do that because it's going to ram me if I don't get out of the way soon. Okay, let's get out of the way of the wing and go for the tail, or not go for tail. I don't know how that hit me around here. I have no idea, but it did. I'm just going to block because it's going to randomly charge without any warning. Okay, no, it's going to bite it, nothing. I'm trying to get it to ram into this wall, but it just keeps wanting to go underground, unfortunately. I think it's got smartened up, and knows that I'm trying to get it to ram into the wall, so what I'm going to do is go for the tail, and try and get that off before it goes into rage mode, because this thing in rage mode is literally hell. It is so fast, does so much damage, you will get wrecked if you're not careful. Okay, will I get to the tail in time? No, I won't. It's going to turn around on me. Shoulder barge, and let's go for the head, just because I'm there. Right, let's block you again. Okay, that somehow completely missed me. Okay, so now that we've got to this lull in the battle where I've pretty much said all I can really say about this type of monster since we did fight the Monoblos, I'm going to start to go over why there was such a massive gap between the between the last load of recorded episodes and edited episodes and this one. The reason is because work suddenly went mad. Like, suddenly they went from me working just a part-time job to me working full-time and having no time to edit or record anything in between. Because these episodes, they probably take, I don't know, about 10 hours, some of them, to edit, especially when they're double episodes like these ones. So I need a lot of time, like an entire day is spent doing these ones. So I really just didn't have time for that entire period of time. Normally this happens whenever I go on holiday, which is the main reason why the series stopped and why there was a gap. I tried to get it finished before then, but simply things just kept getting in the way, such as me trying to get items to make armor that I just simply wasn't getting for whatever reason. For example, the Raffles wing, I was trying to get that, I just couldn't get it. So that's why there was a hiatus for a little while, why there was weird gaps in the series in some places. So that's the main reason for that. Be hit by that. Right. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why there was a sudden gap. It's because I went on holiday, and then when I got back, work went mad and decided that I couldn't really work my part-time job like I normally would. And I had to work full time, so I just simply did not have enough time to edit or record or anything. So that's unfortunate, but that's the reason why there was a massive gap. And so yeah, that's the main reason why there was a huge chunk of just time where I wasn't doing anything. And this has led to something that's quite unfortunate, but just a simple fact, is that next year I am going away to university, so I simply won't have time again to record and edit any episodes, or episodes like this. So unfortunately this series, a lot of the features that I originally started out with, such as the weapon bios and armor bios and stuff, are going to be cut. It's unfortunate, but this is true. You can tell when I started coming back to editing because of it. There was a sudden gap where I just didn't do the weapon and armor bios. I'm sorry about that, I just simply don't have enough time, because in a month's time of this being recorded, I'm going away to university, so I simply just don't have enough time to do it in that month gap. I had intended to do an entire double Let's Play period, where I'd do 2 Let's Plays at the same time. So yeah, that was a thing, but I'm just not going to be able to do that anymore before I go away to university. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way the story's just going to have to be told, unfortunately, because, well, yeah, that's just what's happening, unfortunately. I know this is kind of like a weird and random segment to have right in the middle of this fight. It's gone on for a little while, so I'll try and end this up here. It's just basically, this series is going to be not quite as good in the end as it was in the beginning, and don't expect too much more content, regular content, to come out over the next sort of year, because I simply can't make it. I'll try and do something, I'll try and do stuff during the holiday, and I will try and record at least something to put out, there goes the tail, to record to put out just at random points over the year. I'll try and record those 2 series, I just won't have time to edit them any time in the reasonable future. I need to paintball this thing again before it disappears. Okay, paintballs, right. So now that I've told you about that, I'll go over in more detail in another episode, well not an episode, just a video in general where I'll just go over this. But for now, that's just kind of the situation. I kind of needed to get that out there before I go on to do anything else. So now that we've done that, and I've managed to cut this thing's tail off while I was doing it, I'm going to start doing, actually no I'm not. What I'm going to do, instead of starting to do things like that, I'm going to leave the area and end off the episode before I get hit in the face. Run! Okay, before I get hit in the face, I'm going to end off the episode, because I believe this is a good place to leave it off. We've done a good chunk of it, we've got the tail off, and now we're just going to lay into it and finish it. So until then, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. I've been HazzD, and I'll see you next time.